Send me gift. Send me gift. Send me yes. Send me yes. For a life. For a life. For a life.
There's a new trend on TikTok. Children in camps in Syria begging for hours on end. They're asking for TikTok gifts that can be withdrawn as real money. But that money isn't all going to them.
ما أعطونا غير 250 ربع تركب 8 أيام يعني.
We've been following more than 300 accounts going live on TikTok, trying to work out where that money's going.
TikTok has got a ferocious appetite for growth. The longer that they spend on the platform, the more revenue they generate.
الأسد $500 هن بياخذوا النسبة 70%.
How people living in desperate circumstances suddenly have the phones, internet, and TikTok accounts to go live.
TikTok is creating and enabling an ecosystem that runs on the exploitation of people's suffering.
And why so many of the donors come from the UK.
Over £1,000 would have been put in there, and that to them would have been a lot of money.
We've uncovered a network of companies around the world, including agencies contracted by TikTok in China, all making money off these displaced families. Earlier this year, TikTok users in the UK began to notice something different on the app. Suddenly, their feeds were full of live videos of Syrian families living in tents, asking for help. This is the account I've been using to follow some of these families in Syria, and you can see here, all of these accounts are live right now. And actually, if you watch some of the videos, you can see there's a pattern. The children seem to be saying the same kind of things. They're asking for likes and gifts. And if you listen closely, sometimes you can hear there's a voice off camera actually telling them what to say.
Please like. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Over the past 5 months, we've been following hundreds of TikTok accounts posting the same type of videos to find out who's behind this trend.
A lot of them are displaced from their homes because they're destroyed because of the war of what's in the last 10 years in Syria.
On TikTok, people started flagging them as scams.
I'm sick of scams. On live. Exploitation of children. Unacceptable.
We asked Mohammed, a journalist based in Syria, what he had heard about it.
انتشار هاي الفيديوهات ابدا ما لها طبيعيه لانه هاي الناس يعني ممكن ما بتعرف تقرا وتيك توك فما بعتقد انها بتقدر تستخدم التيك توك فاكيد في حدا ورا هاي القصه يعني
الملعب لازم من هيك
هاي دخلت هاي هون.
Mohammed recognized one of the camps in the videos. There are hundreds of camps in this part of Syria. More than 2 million people live in them, forcibly displaced in Syria's long-running civil war. When Mohammed got there, he immediately found families begging for gifts on TikTok lives. Mona's husband was killed in an airstrike. She now lives with her 6 daughters. Sharifa is blind in one eye and has partial sight in the other. For the past month, they've been going on TikTok Live. It's tiring work, but they have limited options to earn a living in the camp and meet their basic needs.
بحكي عن قصتي عن العيشة شلون عايشين بالمخيمات وشلون تشردنا وعن وضع هاي البنت. مشان العالم تدعمني ويساعدوني إنه يصير عندي مصروف لهن وأقدر أسوي عملية لبنتي.
Mona and her daughters go live for 2 or 3 hours at a time, several times a day.
الأولاد كمان بيطلعوا معي على البث ويطلبون هدايا إنهم فرحانين بالهدية ومنهم من يفرحوا أنا أفرح معهن.
To go live on TikTok, you need at least 1,000 followers. Then, when you're live, users can send digital gifts to reward creators for content they like. These gifts are bought with real money, ranging from roses, which cost a few cents, to lions and universes, which cost around $500 each. The gifts are converted to a virtual currency that you can withdraw as cash.
Look, they've got a private jet.
Oh, that's why they're happy.
They're really happy, they're celebrating.
We wanted to find out how people who've lost everything in Syria's civil war were suddenly all able to broadcast on TikTok. The person filming Mona's live stream is Hamid, who also lives in the camp and sold his livestock to buy the phone.
سمعت بالتيك توك من شي 6 أشهر. الناس كلياتها هجمت على التيك توك. ما في حدا هون يشتغل على التيك توك. قمت أنا اشتغلت وأجوا أولاد عمي 3 4 اشتغلوا معي.
Now he works with 12 different families, and he's known in the camp as a TikTok middleman. Mohammed asked him how it all worked.
التيك توك احنا ندخل عن طريق اللايف البث المباشر. تجينا هدايا مثلا وردات، كل 100 وردة عليها $1. نضل عم بجمع فيهم رصيد لحتى يصيروا $100. بروح وين على الداعم وين بدانا، بسحب منه عن طريقة البرنامج التيك توك. يكون عندي حساب رابطه على بطاقتي.
He says he does this to help the families make a living.
صورت هاي العيلة الحمد لله، وأنا مجبور أعطي كل شيء للعيلة، بس العيلة مجبورة أنه تعطيني بس مصروفي يعني مراسلات كشبكة نت.
TikTok's algorithm suggests content based on where your SIM card comes from. Hamid told us he buys British SIM cards to get British viewers because he says they're the most generous gifters. We found kiosks selling them near the camp. That explains why TikTok users in the UK had been seeing these live streams and even joining in.
Big up my Syria brother, man. Big up my brother, man.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thanks, Abdullah. Let's go, let's go.
There must have been about 50,000 people that came on that live. And the kids seemed so happy. And even though the man had his legs blown off and he had his arm blown off, he was the most positive guy you could ever meet or speak to.
Keith used to be a professional rugby player and has nearly 1 million followers on TikTok. He donated £300, around $350, in TikTok gifts to a family in Syria, and he encouraged his followers to do the same.
I love you.
I love you, thank you.
They was calling me muscle man and stuff, and he was going through Google Translate saying, "My kids love you, they love you, yeah, love you." And it was just the buzz. The energy was fantastic. I probably think over £1,000 would have been put in there, and that to them would have been a lot of money.
We get the money.
We asked a charity in Syria about how children are being used in these videos.
للأسف استغلال الأطفال بهذا البث عم بيكون لاستجداء التعاطف أكثر. وجودهم هذا عم بيعرضهم للاستغلال، وهذا شيء حتى رح يترك آثاره النفسية عليهم.
هلا هدول أشخاص ما لازم يكونوا مثلا بالمدرسة.
أكيد هذا الشيء عم يمنعهم يروحوا على المدرسة، لكن من جانب آخر ممكن هدول الأطفال يكون في أسباب تانية أصلاً منعتهم عن الذهاب على المدرسة. ممكن هدول بالأصل ما في مدرسة بمخيمهم.
The charity said it could help support these families as an alternative to making money from TikTok lives. Many families don't receive a fair wage for their work on TikTok. The first time Dokan went live, he says he wasn't paid at all, but he wanted to try again.
أنا قلت لهم هذا اللي بث معاه، قلت له بدي أروح أغدى وأبلع بالعاتي، هذاك ما فعل. كان النوبات كانوا يخلوني للعصر، أنا ما أقدر. وبالعات بدي أبلعهم ضروري هذا.
He was hoping to make money to pay for his daughter's heart surgery.
ما أعطوني غير 250 رقة تركب 8 أيام يعني. من هالشغلة أنا هاي بطلت منهم. ولا يعني يعذروني ما يعذروني، ويقولون هذا قاعد يحجج، كذاب يقولون علي.
كانوا يطلعون الولاد كمان على البث؟
إيه ولاده.
الهاتف لمين؟
الهاتف الهم.
والحساب الهم؟
كلهم الهم، أنا ما لي مني شيء.
To find out how much people are spending on TikTok gifts, we built a program to scrape data from TikTok live streams. We tracked dozens of accounts which said they were going live from camps in Syria. The lives we saw would sometimes make over $1,000 an hour in gifts. But people like Dokan say they're being paid less than $1 an hour. So where's all the money going? We asked Hamid, who said TikTok middlemen are getting help from agencies in China.
أي مشكلة تصير علينا كذا مثلا حظر أو بلوك مشان إذا ما علي حق تفكه. نعطيهم اسم الصفحة وصورة الصفحة، تدخل عندي الصفحة نظامية بيضغطوا لي 1000 متابع.
مقابل شو إنه يقبلوا لك؟
مقابل أنا مرابح إن مثلا الهدية إذا جت مثلا إذا خلينا نقول يجينا أسد، الأسد رصيده $500 ما بيوصل لهون للدانا يعني إلا شغلة $155.
أنتوا كيف تواصلوا معه؟ عن طريق مين؟
عن طريق التلفون، عن طريق الوكيلين الصينيين.
بتحكوا صيني يا زلمة؟
لا، ترجمة على جوجل.
كم مرة بتعمل لايف في اليوم؟
يعني ساعتين ثلاثة، بعطل ساعتين ثلاثة، بشتغل ساعتين ثلاثة، هيك وضل.
Hamid told us he was working with someone who goes by the name Martha from an agency based in China. We wanted to find out how these agencies were involved. So Mohammed in Syria contacted Martha, saying he lived in a camp. The pictures Martha sent appear to show the offices of a TikTok live agency. Agencies like this are a growing part of TikTok's business strategy. They're independent, but they're contracted by TikTok to help TikTokers and TikTok itself make money from live streaming on the platform. Our team in Syria heard of at least 5 different agencies working with Syrian families in camps. So how much money do these agencies take from the live streams? We spoke to a number of agencies who say they're paid by TikTok to bring live streamers to the platform. They told us the longer users go live and the more gifts they earn, the more the agencies get paid. We were told by families and middlemen that TikTok takes 50 to 70% of profits from live gifts and pays some of that to agencies. We asked TikTok about it, but they wouldn't say how much. The only way to find out was to try it for ourselves. So Mohammed kept chatting to Martha. Martha set up an account for us and sent us the username and password. Then we got an invitation to join an agency called Giant Mina. Martha contacted us nearly every day, putting pressure on us to go live. TikTok's terms and conditions say you can only go live with more than 1,000 followers. Our account had just 4, but Martha said it would work anyway. So Mohammed went to test it from the outskirts of a camp near Idlib. Let's buy some coins.
Yep.
We bought $106, around £90 in TikTok coins.
I'm gonna call Mohammed Abdullah and tell him to go live.
Yeah.
طيب تمام حنطلع لايف يلا. مرحبا يا رفاق. احنا الآن في مخيمات شمال غرب سوريا.
We joined the live from London and used all our coins to send him gifts. We were the only ones on that live stream to do so. Let's send him a music box.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Then Mohammed checked the balance of his account.
قد ايه في مصاري؟
$33.
$33.
$33, so it is 70%.
Oh, wow.
They're taking
Wow.
70%. Next, Mohammed went to the local money transfer, where TikTokers cash out their earnings. The money transfer shop and the SIM card shop are part of a new economy to help facilitate these transactions. From the $106 we donated to Mohammed's account, TikTok took 73. That's almost 70%. The money transfer took 10% of what we had left. And Hamid told us TikTok middlemen take 35% of what's left after that. So from those $106, Mohammed would have just over $19. And often the families we spoke to get much, much less. But in the camps, jobs are scarce, and there are few other options. Kotane and her family sell scraps from the rubbish dump for a living. It's dangerous work, pays next to nothing, and comes with many health risks. They also go live on TikTok every evening.
أنت بتحسي في استغلال بالقصة؟
أنا شاك إنه ما يخلى الأمر.
ما يخلى الأمر من شنو؟
إنه يعني إنه الحصة ضعيفة.
They have made money from TikTok, but they know others are profiting from their work.
هم ما يقولون ايش قد غبضهم، احنا ايش معرفنا اذا هم عاد يروحون يسحبون ويجون، وانا قاعد بالبيت ما بعرف ايش ينطونا وش ياخذون، ايش ما صار نعمه.
We showed the videos to a non-profit called Access Now that protects people's rights online.
Of course, people have the right to go online and share their stories, share the miserable conditions they're living in, try to seek support and sympathy. When I looked at TikTok's website, they publicly state that their number one priority is to ensure that their community is treated with fundamental dignity and respect. And what I just saw is exactly the opposite of that.
What responsibility does TikTok have towards these people, these families, these children?
Well, TikTok has a responsibility under the UN Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights. It's hard to see, first of all, how TikTok is ensuring that the right and dignity of these communities is being ensured. They state clearly that users are not allowed to solicit explicitly gifts. So this is a clear violation of their own terms of services, not let alone, of course, the rights of those people.
Most of the accounts we followed regularly went live with children begging for hours at a time. TikTok's guidelines say we prohibit activities that perpetuate the abuse, harm, endangerment, or exploitation of minors on TikTok. We reported more than 30 accounts using children for begging in the app to see what TikTok would do about this. At the time, TikTok said there was no violation for every single one of them, and the videos remained live.
اليوم كم ساعة ما تطلعي؟
3 ساعات تقريبا. كل ساعتين 3 ساعات باخذ رياحة نص ساعة. يروحوا لهم المغرب من الساعة 7 للساعة 12 بالليل.
أنا قلت لهم هذا اللي بث معاه قلت له بدي أروح أغدى وأبلع بالعاتي ما يعذروني.
Matt Navarra is a social media consultant and analyst. Why do you think TikTok is placing so much emphasis on the duration of these lives?
TikTok has got a ferocious appetite for growth, like most social media platforms. Live streamers inevitably pull people in for a longer duration. The longer that they spend on the platform, the more revenue they generate for the business, the more information they glean from its users in terms of how the algorithm works. In your video, it's obviously prolonging the pain for somebody that already is in a desperate situation.
We wanted to put these allegations to TikTok and ask them for an interview. Instead, they gave us this statement. We are deeply concerned by the information and allegations brought to us by the BBC and have taken prompt and rigorous action. This type of content is not allowed on our platform, and we are further strengthening our global policies around exploitative begging. TikTok said it removed the accounts that violated its community guidelines and ended its contract with the agency Giant Mina. We asked Giant Mina but they didn't respond. As for TikTok, they told us they don't take 70% of profits from live gifts, but they wouldn't confirm the exact amount or what commission they pay to agencies. So we repeated our experiment with accounts in the UK and Syria that weren't signed up to agencies, and found that TikTok took just under 70% every time. Most of TikTok's downloads come from Apple's App Store and Google Play. Both of these have codes of conduct that say apps that facilitate the exploitation of children will be removed or rejected. We asked them what they were doing about children begging on TikTok, but neither Apple nor Google would comment on our investigation.
After all of our conversations that we've had with TikTok, and I'm sitting here right outside their UK offices now, I'm still finding videos like this, many videos, with children being used to beg for hours, and it really makes me want to know, what will it take for TikTok to stop this on their platform?
We called Keith again to tell him what we had discovered.
We found that 70% of all of the money donated would have gone straight into TikTok's pockets.
Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. It's very unfair, especially to them families over in Syria. You've got to have some transparency, and to me that it's very greedy. It's greed, isn't it? It's greed.
Takaful al-Sham said they would support the families we spoke to with basic supplies for the next 3 months, help the children find schools, and pay for school expenses. We asked them how people around the world could continue to donate.
هلا أنا أكيد بنصحهم إنه يساعدوا هاي العائلات، لكن مو عن طريق تيك توك، لأنه هذا عم يعرضهم للاستغلال إلهم ولأطفالهم. في كتير منظمات مرخصة بكتير بلدان بالعالم بيقدروا من خلالها يتبرعوا.
Many people on TikTok are calling these live streams scams. But the struggles of the families we met are very, very real. People have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to them, but the lion's share lines the pockets of TikTok and its agencies. Whilst for these families in Syria, life continues, with no change in sight.